Hey everybody, welcome back to Fire Pit TCGs. This is round 6 of the WiXoss Florida Grand Prix held at Osceola State Park. As we can see here, we've got a return of Milulun, still at the top tables going on throughout Swiss, this time against Sashe. We already know a little bit of what the Milulun deck is doing. Well, we've talked about it in the prior videos. But we'll see how it fares against Sashe. This Loon deck does play a little bit faster than your standard Loon deck, mostly. Sashe wants to play it a little bit slow, so we'll see if Sashe can take Loon down to its tempo. Sashe going first, already grown to 1. Threw out Madoka Float already, discarded the flash cards. So we see Yuki just there, and then Lepus. Either or isn't fine. I feel like you would want to see handy copies of Driver's Ed here, just because both level 1s for Loon do want to vanish, so Driver's Ed would slow down the game plan just a little bit. Loon to 1, Enter Charged Monomine. Interesting choice for the Monomine charge here. Probably thinking on how to tackle this game plan here, if he wants to set up his resource engine with Madoka, or if he wants to just, with Madoka, but it looks like you're just going to see what's on top here, if there's anything that he wants. Looks like he put a Pure Luke Apex Memoria back on top. So, Vanish Lepus, Hanyo is going to also intercharge 1, so he intercharges that Pure Luke over to give himself some black enter access. And then Monomine doesn't have the Madoka resource up, but that's fine given the Hanyo grow. Not discarding from Monomine here. Interesting. There's a Driver's Ed. You don't want to see all of those there. Swing with Haket, Yuki Memoria, and back to Sashe. Well, swing a Loon. Discard to serve it, back to Sashe. You see, I saw a copy of Over Pursuit in hand, and there's a Driver's Ed too. So this is a full damage board, at least. Or at least this is a full clear board, especially when coupled with, especially coupled with Machina here. Yeah, pay out the Driver's Ed. You know you want to pay out the Driver's Ed. Yeah. He pays out the Driver's Ed. Probably will salvage that later with Machina. Illusion of Choice off of the Sashe 2. We know he's going to take. We know he's going to take Saturn here. Full Moon. We know he's going to take Full Moon here. Nobody ever takes Saturn. Yep. So we see the Wing Slash vanish out the Monomine. Gets back the Driver's Ed. I don't know if I would have double Driver's Ed here. So that Machina can only target that Yuki. I don't know if I would have bounced the Haket back to hand here, because bouncing back to Haket means he gets to set up his next top 3 cards going in his turn. I probably would have just bounced back the Monomine here. We see Buckler. Pay 1, kill something, basically. Might as well. Free damage, homie. Yep. Killing off the others. Driver's Ed. He's got all the defensive verse. Machina, targeting the Larig, negates the attack unless the opponent ditches 3 on the attack. Just passes here. Correct move. Don't even bother swinging at that point. It's just going to get negated. I see that Bruno in hand, so there's looks like a heavy discard turn coming up from Loon. Yep. That is not a Loon level 1, friend. Or that's not Loon level 2. Nope. Loon 2 there. Wing Slash Grow next. Getting rid of the Yuki Memoria. Getting back the Madoka needed to start the Enter engine. funneling all these extra cards I'll end up with hand into other resources, or potentially just redraws if played right. So Lancelot, yeah, Lancelot's going to take care of the Driver's Ed, because Driver's Ed only has Shadow against level 1, not level 2. For that, you would want Tokiyuki's on the board as well, Bruno down center, and the Madoka over there. So doesn't look like he's going to be doing any... Oh no, it's when an opponent discards a card. So the Bruno will fulfill the condition for that Madoka. He's going to overplay or he's going to trash the Lancelot and put out a Monomine, so he's just dumping his entire hand here, it looks like. Or he's going to use the Bruno to draw. We'll see. He does want to get those spells out of his hand. We do know that Lune is on Innocent Battle, so getting the spells out of his hand that he doesn't want to see right away so he can shuffle them back in with Innocent Shadow is extremely strong here. So Bruno's going to swing. Do you want to force the discard? I feel like you do force a discard here. Your opponent has 2 cards in hand. It looks like he just did the draw instead. Ishikirimaru Burst will save that last lane so long as you don't see 3 over pursuits off at the top. Looks like one was an Amoeba, one's an over pursuit, and the other one I think is a Servant. No, it's an Ereshkigal. That's an Ereshkigal. So put the Amoeba in front of the Monomine, so at least he gets enter out of it and saves the damage. Has the guard. He has another guard in hand. Oh man, this man's gripping guards. It's like I think he opened out 3 here, seems like, or he just drew into him. Enter for days. What is he going to do here? Oh wait, no. I completely missed that he grew into dub. So he did dub the Bruno. Or Sashe did dub the Bruno. Sashe 3 out now. Plenty of enter to pay for at least 1 removal on White Signy play here, but I don't know if that's necessarily wise. But it is extra damage, which will allow him to match the pace that Lune wants to play at right now. Ultra Superheroes coming out. Basically, this is just going to end up being a top 5 add 2 because the Mill 10 isn't going to matter against this here because Innocent Battle having both main and attack phase timing. So even if he was able to mill out the rest of the deck, 2 Servants off the top, 3 Servants. Is that? There's no way that's all 4, right? There's no way that's all 4, right? No, it's only 3. Only 3 Servants. That is one hell of a mill. What to do? Alright, remember down center. Enact the guard tax. Actually, we do know that the last card in Lune's hand is not a Servant from a glimpse earlier. That is a Trouble, if I remember correctly. I do know it's definitely not a Servant. Remember down center, action tax, guard tax. Don't we love it all? He did pay out to return the Bruno back to hand. Down to 3 enter here. Options aren't really enticing. You see flashcards. Flashcards can make a hole, but doesn't have enough limit to capitalize on the over pursuit that it's in his hand to make a 3rd hole, unfortunately. The only other White Signy that is in his hand is Orochimaru, unless he just wants to play that Servant as another body. The other thing we could see here is the early Super Celestia Saber. No, we're just going to see Machina Repair. Repair is going to put probably, want to assume, something dead. Yeah, see Driver's Ed go into Cloth. And Orochimaru. So now he has the 8 limit needed. Orochimaru, pay 2, salvage a guard. Probably so he can I feel like he's going to do the ditch 2 and discard a guard to get the free removal. Actually, no, he doesn't need to here. He doesn't need to here because Over Pursuit will charge back, and then he can use flash cards to... I don't know. He can't use flash cards. Because flash cards needs to pay a white, and that's a black enter. So it looks like that Monomine gets to stay free of charge. 3 damage board guaranteed unless Loon decides to burn their Over Pursuit. So if Loon decides to burn their Over Pursuit, then... or not Over Pursuit, I'm so sorry. If Loon decides to burn their Innocent Battle here, could draw into a Servant and only make it a 2 damage board, but we'll see. It does seem like Sashe activated their OPG here. Seems like if he's reading the card, sounds like the OPG was activated or is waiting to decide if oh no, no defenses. Remember swing. Or it's confusion on the +2. It's either the OPG was activated or it's a +2. We'll see going to the next turn. Trouble, down and freeze something. Force the opponent to discard. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. They're both servants. Unless he's flicking his cards fast enough that I can't tell. So, down freeze that remember. Force a discard. Amoeba discard is super strong here because he can just redraw that Amoeba in hand coming in clutch. What did he draw? What'd you draw? What'd you draw? Could have sworn it looked like an Exia. Might not have been an Exia. Not entirely sure. Blazing Monochrome there. So back over to Loon. Trouble and random drain drawn here. Hands full of playables at least. 2 troubles is real nice, especially with all the enter, but we're going to see one get enter charged away. Anyways, paying out the trouble and the random drain. Just perfect for an Innocent Battle turn here. What we could also see is using the trouble, one of the troubles in hand, or the remaining trouble in hand to pay out the Blazing Monochrome and probably a Monomine, realistically, to draw 3, then go to Innocent Battle and maybe OPG here to restock his hand. There's Madoka. Get this engine online. Pay 1. So he's going to Innocent Battle already. Interesting. So 2, 3, 4. I think I saw 4 spells. 4 spells are going back. Not a huge number going back, considering I think he's still gripping 2 or 3 in his hand. Remember from the deck list, he is running 10 total spells. So 4 going back, so there's maybe 7 spells in deck. Should still see at least 2 off of the Milulun OPG because of it checking at least its solid 10. And draws into Heket. So yeah, still a trouble in hand, still a random drain in hand. So there's at least 8 spells in there. Not assuming that none are into Life Burst. See a cat, look at the top. There's a trouble. There's a random drain. So at least 2 spells off the top already. He is going to use Loons once per game. Don't forget to pay the tax. Lancelot to pay the tax. So we already know there is trouble and random drain off the top. Another trouble would be nice here. Ooh, Blazing Monochrome is a good substitute in that case. 2 Blazing Monochromes. Both Monochromes aren't going to activate because it's 1 or less cloth to flip into Rebellion Encore. So not full value, but could use a random drain to rip cards out of hand. But he's going to go for the safer blazing monochrome play here. Off of these, seeing a Pure-Luke Apex would be kind of nice, because a Pure-Luke Apex with all the spells that he has in hand would be clear on the flashcards. We see a Servant drawn, a Monomine draw, and I didn't quite catch that last one. Another random drain. Another Madoka. This field looks to be here to stay. So pay 1. I'm gonna ditch the spell to remove things. Oh no, I thought he was gonna do mill. So he did do the random drain, force a discard. We see Ishikimaru discarded. Discard for the Madoka, one of the Madokas to enter charge. Discard again for the other Madoka to enter charge. Enter charge a Servant there, oof. But like, see, I mean, he's got a Servant in hand, so it's not entirely terrible, and still 2 troubles, so he could just dump the rest of his hand to draw back up. That's the one thing that's really fun about Loon decks, is you're just a Spell Slinger deck constantly looking for the pieces that you want. There's another Servant. There's a Buckler. Didn't catch the first card. On a random drain again. Oof. Oof. Servant discard. Both of those triggering. Discard for Buckler to enter charge again. Discard probably the Bruno? No. Yeah, the Bruno. Enter charge again. You can cast that Trouble again. Go back up to 6 cards. That's insane, yo. There's a Pure-Luke Apex late to the party. But it's okay. Pure-Luke Apex will just play over like a Haket, or you play over one of the Madokas. You Pure-Luke Apex, you find a spell, and congratulations, you still achieve what you set out to do here. Counting cards in deck, looked like 12 for Sashe. Only 1 card in hand. We know it's a Servant. So this could be Loon's chance to maybe attempt to catch up in damage. Both defensive assists are available for Loon here. We're gonna go Ultra Superheroes. And the thing with red is he gets a free vanish for a 12k or less. So it's a little bit different compared to what we've been seeing for most of the tournament, with Ultra Superheroes being a check top 5 add 2 and a mill 10. This is a vanish mill 10 instead of the check to top 5. With how much draw Loon has, it doesn't really matter that you give up on the white. So it being a little bit faster is fantastic, as mentioned before. Three cards left in deck for Sashe here. Still only 1 card left in hand. Modem isn't going to clear anything. He's gonna have to gamble on maybe that Pure-Luke finding a random drain off the top 3. We're going to see once per turn trash here. Getting rid of the Madoka and the Haket. Probably replace with... I think I saw a Typhon. Yep, there's a Typhon. So we'll probably see a replacement with the Typhon for 15k. Or a 15k body that's going to be a pain to remove. Yep, there's a 15k Typhon. And there is a modem. Ooh, this is fancy. One modem spell removal from game. Targeting on the Remember will make the Remember small enough that Typhon can match and get rid of the Remember. So this is super fancy here. So yeah, random drain removed, targeting the Remember. Remember is gone. That is a sigh of relief. For the most part, flashcards is gone. And taking the damage here, because that, instead of discarding the servant... Wait, no, that was damage from Madoka. I am so sorry. That was damage from Madoka. Discarding the servant, drawing both. So we see a Triber's Head and a Yuki. Yuki can at least somewhat help take care of the Typhon. That's about it, but it's not really worth it. Definitely has to super Halesta Saber here to at least have a fighting chance of being able to do anything. So I can almost see, I can see the beeline, I can kind of tell there's going to be a beeline for Ereshkigal to a degree. He has a Life Cloth lead, so Ereshkigal isn't terrible here. So there's a Servant, probably an Exia. There should be an Exia in there. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. So Exia. Going for a Remember here. You know, that's honestly fair. Go for a Remember here, and then Ereshkigal would be funny. Ereshkigal is a risky play, but knowing what we know about Lun's assists, can at least still stop 2 lanes by growing out. So Eresh might not be Eresh might not actually be the smart play here. A risky play, but not a smart play in that regard. You're taking back on the Remember. Or does he want to go for flashcards here? So he can do... Oh, he is going to get the Eresh and he's going to get the flashcard. So he's probably going to grow... Or he's probably going to emerge out the Full Moon in his Lurig deck. And present a you can only swing once type board. Actually, wait, no. Eresh and to emerge with Full Moon here. You can only grow out 1 assist and clear 1 lane. It's still a 2 damage board. But, ooh. That would actually be really nice here. Like, if you merge a Full Moon, you play the Ereshkigal. You lose 2 of your Life Cloth, and your opponent can only stop 1 of your 3 swings here. Because you would give the power to Full Moon, making her 14k. Ereshkigal is base 13. And neither of Lun's assists here can take care of either of those 2 bodies. So that might actually... No, that actually might have been the smarter play here. And you still have 2 damage that is being threatened. On the downside of they still have, you know, you lost 2 Life Cloth and potentially you only still steal 2 damage. But this is just going to be a safe 1 damage board. No grows here. Under, flash cards go in. No burst. Guard for there. I wonder, I now wonder if that Ereshkigal play would have been actually the correct play. Thinking about it, ooh. But we'll see. Shadow level 1, an 8k, and a 14k, but doesn't matter on the Shadow level 1 because the sides will have Shadow Signy so long as Full Moon is out, and Full Moon can't really be outed by any of the assists grows on main phase, so Full Moon's just kind of there in front of the Typhon, which I don't know if that was a correct idea here, because that Full Moon's not going to stick around long enough, but this might actually be fine. We'll see. Random drain. You either get rid of the Eresh or you get rid of the Servant, and I feel like getting rid of the Eresh is the correct play here. Oh, he gets rid of the Servant, keeps the Eresh, playing it risky here. He was gonna lose. He was gonna lose that Servant anyway, so I guess keep the gas. It should be fine. Discard Apex to charge Trouble from the Madoka trigger. Probably only see... Is he paying for another spell? He's going to Blazing Monochrome. Draw 2. He's not going to get the flip here, unfortunately, because of full board, but a flipped Blazing might actually have been a better play. Considering the amount of card... Well, he actually doesn't really have a lot of cards to be able to capitalize on that. Because it means he would have to discard a Servant, which is probably no bueno, but it would get rid of the Full Moon for free. Oh, Monomine trigger is going to get rid of that Ereshkigal. Should have played the Ereshkigal while you had the chance, but that is fine here. Still a Life Cloth lead to Sashe. Ah, nice. Lepus can get rid of either... No? Yeah? Yeah. Lepus can get rid of either the Madoka or the Monomine. Opting to get rid of the Madoka here. Draws 1. Servant Burst. Oof. Oof. I mean, you would have lost that Servant if you did the Ereshkigal, but... Oh, that's still not a feels good, especially only being able to draw 1 there. Now, honestly, the best bet would be... You have to Sashe once per game here. Especially considering you have 2 holes. Or considering he can make 2 holes here, right? He has to Sashe once per game and force to potentially make Loons sit on their assists. Which might not actually... Actually, no. Loon can afford to grow only 1 here. Or grow only 1 assist here. Yeah. Stop 1 lane and still get enough enter to attack at least once. So there's the once per game for Sashe. Turn Monomine to hand from the flash card trigger. And now, here comes the thinking game. Growing out both assists here would lead to clearing 2 holes, so is basically a guaranteed win. No, forgive me, it's not a guaranteed win. Unless Loon can somehow end up with 4 enter. It wouldn't be a guaranteed win in that guard, but it pays out all this enter, gets a modem. So it's a stop 1. He has a servant in hand, so he doesn't really need to go the full stop 2. Underswing, driver's ed, Paquette burst, swing, all the servants in hand, does not care. And now the real burden of proof lies on... If Sashe wants to win this, the burden of proof is making at least... I think Sashe has to go for the full clear on the crackback because of the Hanyo assist that Loon is on. Being a Vanish in 8k and Vanish at 12k. And charge Pure Luke. But it's not going to... They need at least to have 1 enter after this entire turn to be able to properly go off. He has a Madoka in hand, so he can generate some enter forcing discards, but that's a little impossible to do when Sashe has no cards in hand. Very much going to be tough to keep that 1 enter needed. So if that's the case, like 1 bounce from Sashe just wins the game here, right? Yeah, 1 bounce from Sashe just wins the game. Another exceeded Typhon. Like a 215k is on board. Only thing that could potentially... Oh, there's free... That is free removal. Free 99 removal. That modem is... I believe it's... if I remember... Oh, it's minus 3k for each. So that's a free clear on the driver's ed. So this is actually... if none of those bursts can get rid of Upped Signy, or none of those remaining life cloth can get rid of Upped Signy, or... refill the board, this is looking to be game for Loon here. Actually, why do I keep saying that? No, the tax is active, can only swing 1, so this isn't game for Loon at the moment. It's impossible for it to be game for Loon at this moment. Just swinging the rig. Exia Burt. Oh, baby. Leave. Ooh, that's actually smart. Left up the enter. So, or left up the enter to be able to grow his Hanyo assist. So, if none of these cards in his hand... Wait, that's a remember. Oh, Jesus Christ. That... So, remember... No, that's not remember. That was a driver's head. Oh, no. Wait, that is remember. Oh, that should be game. That is game, right? He didn't assign the power from... Oh, no. He didn't assign the power... Oh, no. He didn't assign the power for the Sashe to give it to remember and keep that there. That is so tragic. He pulled defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh, that hurts me. And that's game. That is effectively game from that one little misplay. Oh my god. I can't. Oh man, I'm shocked by that. Wow. We already know this is how this is gonna play out, but we'll watch, see how it plays out in the end. But Jesus, that's so tragic. I'm gonna pay a 1, get random drain for the heck of it, I guess. Modem, Lancelot, and swing for game. Oh no, that's not swing for game, excuse me. Yeah. Oh, that's so... Holy crap, man. I forgot that he still had 1 life cloth there, but like, oh, that's so painful. I mean, it's still a super close match up until that point, like, Jesus. But that brings Loon in, still undefeated, into final round of Swiss. Unfortunate for Sashe, but spoilers alerts, we do see both of these players making it in the top 8 anyways, because at this point in the tournament, if you're at the top tables, like, you're sure in top 8 at this point. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. And with that, I will see you guys in the next round. Don't miss it.